that the real scam in the country is not the vote chori scam. The real scam in the country, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call the crybaby scam. When a bunch of crybabies come together under a chief crybaby and a senior crybaby and a junior crybaby, and the senior crybaby says, let's all cry on why we are always losing. And then let's make people feel sorry for us. Let's do some drama outside Parliament. Let's do some drama. Let's all cry together, and the whole country will feel very sorry for us and vote for us. Tonight I am here before you to prove with absolute facts, undeniable facts, facts on which I challenge Rahul Gandhi if he has the courage to face me once again. Once again, if Rahul Gandhi has the courage to face me, which I don't think he has, to face me and I ask the real questions on how any individual who participates in India's electoral democracy can abuse it and curse it day after day. Here are my counters to these falsehoods of Rahul Gandhi. First, he says that why are people winning with narrow margins? This proves that there is a huge scam. He says that according to him, the BJP's win in 25 seats with a combined margin of 33,000 votes proves there is a gigantic fraud that's going on. There's no bigger lie than that. That is the greatest lie, ladies and gentlemen. The biggest lie, the most shameless lie. Because history shows that close margins are a natural part of democracy and electoral politics in India. Only a fool will say that this fact is not true. In 2004, for example, there's a Congress party candidate called R. Dhruvanarayan. He defeats the JDS candidate A.R. Krishnamurthy by a single vote. Why didn't they complain then? In 2008, there is a very major Congress leader called C.P. Joshi. He loses to the BJP's Kalyan Singh Chauhan by a single vote. The point is that small margins are a natural part of democracy, ladies and gentlemen. The 2004 Lok Sabha polls, which happened when the Congress was in power, saw 40 MPs win with margins of less than 10,000 votes, including the Congress party's PM Saeed, who lost by just 71 votes. So to go around now and say that there is a scam because margins are narrow is such a falsehood. Second point that Rahul Gandhi says is that because there is multi-phase elections happening, this is very suspicious. Again, this is an absolute lie. Rahul Gandhi should ask how Jawaharlal Nehru was elected in 1952. The first general election of 1951-52 was conducted over 4 months in 68 phases. Now, how can his great-grandson say, why is the BJP having multi-phase polls? Why did you have multi-phase polls in 2004? When you were in power, you conducted elections in 7 phases. So, ladies and gentlemen, it makes no sense. These are absolute facts. To suggest that phase-wise planning of the 2024 election is politically engineered is an intolerable lie. And the reason I'm saying all this, ladies and gentlemen, is because I hope that you will educate people watching this tonight. They share it and they realize that the real scam in the country is not a vote chori scam, but a crybaby scam. Rahul Gandhi has been going ahead and saying that it is very suspicious that there are more people voting after 5 p.m. First of all, is it illegal to vote after 5 p.m.? It's not. People can go to office, come back from work. Nowadays, even college students vote. So, in any case, here are the rates I want you to look at. When you are saying that there is a late surge in voting, it's suspicious, please also share that the voting rate actually drops from 58 lakh per hour before 5 p.m. That's the rate of voting, to 32 lakh per hour after 5 p.m. What this means at an overall level, fewer people vote per minute after 5 p.m. than before 5 p.m. So to go ahead and say that it's suspicious that more people are voting, unnaturally more people are voting, is not held with facts. You see, you can keep lying and then channels and networks which cannot counter you will not counter you. But here on Republic, we counter you. And these facts are 100% true. Next point, ladies and gentlemen, Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party are doing some silly PowerPoint presentation saying there's an assembly constituency of Mahdevapura where there is a very dangerous trend. How is the BJP winning? Now, viewers, how can you make a point like that? How is the BJP winning in Mahdevapura? The first thing you would compare is how is the BJP doing in the other assembly segments. So if you look at 4 assembly segments, and I'm proving tonight, each of them the BJP has a big vote share. First, assembly segment Gandhinagar. BJP 57%, Congress 39% approximately. That's a gap of 18% margin of victory. Rajaji Nagar, BJP over 66%, Congress 31%, which means there is a gap of almost 34%. CV Raman Nagar, the BJP 64%, Congress is 32%, gap of 32%. And Mahdevapura, BJP is 56%, Congress 40%, about 16%. The point I'm trying to make is this. All these margins prove that the BJP is not doing well only in Mahdevapura, but also doing sensationally well in all the assembly constituencies which are part of the Bangalore central area. Now, if the BJP is doing well in Mahdevapura, it's part of a trend. It's not bucking a trend. Now, if Rahul Gandhi says, why is the BJP doing well? Why am I having an existential crisis? That is Rahul Gandhi's problem to handle. It's not for the BJP, ladies and gentlemen, to explain. The points I have put before you tonight, just make one thing clear. This revision of the electoral rolls, which is very necessary, Rahul Gandhi is trying to find, and the opposition is trying to find every single excuse to stop it, tamasha, Rasta Roko and whatever. But the fact is, this is their worst nightmare because it kills ghost voters. It removes infiltrators and people who have entered the country illegally and want to vote in an election, which will hurt our national interest. It destroys all this vote padding system. And only people who will benefit from dirty and adulterated voter lists will question the cleaning up of a voter list. But this is an inevitability. If you agree with the points that I made today, please share this video with all your friends so that they know that the real scam in this country is not a vote chori scam, but the crybaby scam of some opposition leaders.